and welcome to our regular news and current affairs program, Journalist Lounge. On this platform, we discuss some of the trending issues within the week, some of the trending issues you may have been following online, and some of the things some of the big stories that happened within the week. And here I've assembled some journalists to join in this conversation so that you will make your stay with us worthwhile. And here I have Dr. Priska Nwankwo. Dr. Priska Nwankwo is a journalist, is a doc in the house. Doctor.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Journalist Lounge.
Okay, and I have here Chukwemeka Modelim. Chukwemeka.
Good morning, listener. Welcome to another scintillating edition of Journalist Lounge.
And I have Izunna Okafor. Izunna is a journalist, is a writer, is an Igbo language activist, and I think this is the first time he's appearing here. Izunna, you're welcome. As Igbo activist. No. Okay, right.
As part of efforts to inform, educate, and entertain you better, ABS proudly presents Journalist Lounge, a dynamic news and current affairs program. Each week, we delve into pressing global topics including politics, the economy, health, education, security, agriculture, and much more. Tune in to ABS 88.5 FM every Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. and be part of the conversation.
You're welcome back. Now let's shoot. Let's start from home. As they say, charity begins at home. Yes, in a bid to ensure a livable and prosperous homeland, Anambra State government under the leadership of Governor Charles Soludo has continued to make waves in the health sector. It's based on that the Anambra-born pediatrician based in the United States of America, Associate Prof. Odira Nwankwo, donated various medical equipment, over $200,000, worth of equipment, hospital equipment, to Anambra State government. Now, with this, what does this speak for Anambra State before the entire country and before the whole world at large? A lot of people say things about Anambra State, but with this one, what does it speak for the state? Izunna.
Okay. That is a very commendable gesture. Anambra, just as you may know, has a lot of professionals. Anambra has a lot of professionals. So, and many of these professionals, some of them reside or practice within the state, some in the country, and some overseas. But it's a thing that worth commendation that one, even from the comfort of his area of profession, wherever he or she resides or practices, still from time to time remembers that he came from a particular place, and then there is need, or even finds the need actually to do one or two things to also boost especially that area or that field of his profession in his own state of origin. So what the pediatrics Odira Nwankwo has done is very, very commendable. And this is not I don't think this is the first time he has been doing this. He has been doing that over time, even to the country, because what he does most times, some of these use equipments over there. You can't compare our finance or our currency or our whatever rate, inflation rate, with that of the overseas. So most times, whatever they do there, at the end, whatever they do there after, they most times use their good offices to also facilitate the transportation or deployment of some of these facilities here, especially those of them that will still be very, very useful. Because just like I am aware, you hardly see a pediatric ICU in Nigeria, let alone in Anambra State. But most of the facilities they use over there, thereafter they release or deploy all of them, push them down to here in Anambra State or even in Nigeria as a whole. And when they come here, they become brand new equipments because they are still useful. They are not, their use didn't end where they were first applied. Just that those people have enough money to buy, just like some people buy Tokumbo car. Those Tokumbo cars last even much more longer than
brand new
up to brand new tear rubber can last. So, but it doesn't mean that whenever they are first used, that their lifespan has ended. No. So whenever they do this, at least they are encouraging the Anambra health. You know, Anambra, to me, my own rating, Anambra has been doing well almost in all the sectors. But health also is one of the key sectors that stand out. And just like this, I believe we have to take the state even higher health-wise.
Right. Thank you very much. Chukwemeka Modelim, what do you think about this?
Yes, for me, Professor Nwankwo has demonstrated that he is a true Onye Anambra. He cares for the health of Ndi Anambra, okay, by donating various medical equipment to Anambra State government, okay, which have been taken to Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amaka Oka here. Associate Professor Nwankwo has seen a government that is responsive, a government that is working, a government that is meeting the needs of Ndi Anambra, and he felt that he should contribute, okay, to the development of his own state by doing this. He is not the richest man in Anambra State, okay, but he saw a gap, okay, where he could come in. And that is what he has just done.
Yes.
There are many, rich people from Anambra overseas that find it difficult to do this kind of thing. So the man has just set a pace. What he's telling our professionals down there that can do this is that there is need to think home. Bring your investment home, okay? Touch lives. And the government will be glad you did. You see the kind of commendations he has been receiving since yesterday. He did this. When there are better medical equipment, okay, in our hospitals, the rate at which our people migrate overseas, for healthcare will reduce. If only na cho no kana, what if I'm about for? Yeah, no, if I know kumakia. Others should emulate Associate Professor Nwankwo. If you cannot afford to donate medical equipment to a facility like Nwankwo did, you can go to a school, a public school, that are in their need of structures, classrooms, okay?
Computer sets.
The computer sets, okay, provide them. Enable, development and okay. You can as well tie roads that leads to a school in your community. You must not wait for government to do that. The state will continue to move forward.
Yes.
Police station. And so now you engage in illegal acquisition of community lands. Okay, there are cost trouble here and there. It's
land
not
grabbing.
Yes, land grabbing. But if I'm illegal for, use it to touch lives. Use it to impact on your people. And when you are gone, posterity, you will be remembered for that. Posterity shall be kind for you. Shall be kind to you for touching humanity, for touching lives. So that is what Associate Professor Nwankwo has just done. So, and you know that our own state government has also done well, just like Zuna said, in the area of health. A lot of primary health centers have been rehabilitated and equipped. Okay, government has also employed many health workers in general hospitals, and that is why the hospitals are now working effectively, just like what they are doing Teaching Hospital here in Oka. So you see the way the government has transformed that place. So when some government is working this way, people like Wanko will come in and help government, because the government is using the people's resources, the taxpayers' money very well. So others should also emulate him. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, thank you very much. Others should emulate him, and so that everybody will put hands together to make Anambra State move from a departure lounge to a business destination, a destination point. Yes. Doc, what's your view on this? It's quite commendable, what Associate Professor Nwankwo did.
Yeah, and my colleagues have said everything there is to say. Even people say that Akulono, Amara Onyekbataya. So I think that is what Professor Odira has exemplified. And like Chukwemeka Modelim said, everyone should be relieved from what he has done. It's not if you jabba and things work out for you, you forget that you came from somewhere. Chitakwada, if other people have opportunity to jabba like you did, I'm sure that they will take it. But the essence of living is to make an impact in people's lives. So when you are gone and people ask, what did you do? They can say, truly, you were here. Just like Beyonce sang in her song, I was here. So, can say that truly you were here. So I think what he did is very good. And it's also a way to also call on other Anambra in diaspora that are also doing well too. To come home and make a difference. That is how you'll be remembered. At the end of the day, this is your home country. You cannot, even if you run, you'll still have to come back eventually. So,
yes, think home
philosophy.
Yes, that philosophy has been a watchword in Anambra State. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's go over this sad story that trended and is still trending. Police, within the week, we had that report that a police stray bullet.
It's a YX student.
Yes, killed a YX student. A student going for his exams, in Oyo State, Ibadan, I think precisely.
Yeah.
Yes. Then on Tuesday, protesters stormed the Oyo State Government Secretariat in Ibadan, demanding justice for the 14-year-old Kehinde Alade, a secondary school student who was killed by a stray bullet by the police. According to the reports, the boy's father was driving against the traffic when an enforcement team comprising Oyo State Road Traffic Management officers and the police personnel attempted to stop him. He reportedly refused arrest, prompting a police chase. In an effort to immobilize the vehicle, a police corporal fired at the tires, but the bullets tragically struck the poor boy who was seated at the back. By the time they got to the hospital, he was confirmed dead on arrival. Quite pathetic. Now, but on the contrary, we heard that the father said that he had a flat tire and went there to pump his tire, Then, according to the vulcanizer's instruction, the vulcanizer now told him, turn your tire, turn your vehicle, and against the traffic for his convenience. And that was exactly what he did before these people came to him and now started chasing him and started maneuvering and everything. Man, this is bad. Is a tragedy. Too many.
Yes.
Very painful.
Very pathetic. So, when you had this, Doc, what immediately came to your mind?
Well, I'm like
the circumstances that surrounded the death of this boy. What came to your mind?
Well, the first thing we heard was that a 14-year-old YX student was hit by stray bullets. It was later that the police command now released the video of the man driving recklessly and all that. So the first thing we heard was that stray bullet. So we're like, again, and another story again. Remember what that happened? I think Edo. I don't know whether it was the EFCC or something that were chasing Yahoo boys, and stray bullets went to the shop and struck two children in their parents' shop. Well, and this story has been generating a lot of reactions, and conversations on social media. We even discussed it here yesterday in the morning on Midweek Boss. And I said something, which was the same thing I said online. I said, it's high time we start teaching security agents that there are other safety measures to restrain offenders.
Offenders, exactly.
That the only way to restrain offenders is not by firing your gun. It's not by releasing your firearm. Because I've seen a lot of American movies and foreign movies to know that before they shoot, they will try other safety measures. In the US, there's pepper spray, there is tear gas. You know,
And you won't even aim at anything. You can shoot
there
on
are
the air.
tasers that immobilizes the suspect or the person that is doing the wrong thing. Before you release your firearm, the other day it was a security agent, the vigilante here, Navy, a woman that was on her own. They said they fired gun to release traffic and be to clear the road. The thing went to hit an innocent woman that was going for her own business. Like, we keep hearing these stories, and it's just our image. We're not even worried. People keep seeing us as lawless, as reckless. Because all those things they're saying now, the father was driving against traffic, or the corporal fired at the tire, it hits the boy. There is one indisputable fact. Somebody is dead.
Dead.
A young boy's future has been
cut short, yes.
He can never grow up to get married, to have kids, or even be anything he wants to be. So no matter the statements or the blames and counter blames or protests, the truth remains that somebody is dead and he is not coming back. And it's a tragedy. And this is not the first time we're hearing this kind of thing. The other day, somebody in Lagos, somebody was in her sitting room in the night watching a movie, stray bullet from where I don't know came and killed the lady inside her own house. And you see that it is not even when you are outside. In your own house, you're not even safe. And I'm thinking, is it not time that we start talking to ourselves? The security agents, is it not time the government starts driving a change? Do not release your firearm unless it's absolutely necessary. If you have tried all other safety measures, but here we're just very quick to just fire.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, innocent bystanders are the ones that die. Because if to say that you fire and the thing turn back to hit you, I don't think people they'll be firing
back to center.
Yes, now the bullets with your cat's back and hits you. Then next time you will not fire it.
Fire like
so
that.
It's terrible, and I don't know. I just hope that the parents of the young boy they find a way to move past it, because it's not like
very traumatic.
But the man, if truly that reckless thing he was doing, I saw the video and I'm like, are you people sure that this is the boy's father? Like,
he was just driving zigzag like
I was
that.
like, was this video doctored? Because I cannot understand how you have a child in the car and you're driving like that. This is not to excuse the person that fired the gun, but I'm just saying, the two of them, they share the blame of what happened. If truly that car that we saw on the social media was actually the boy's father driving like that, when you're carrying a child, a young person in your car, when you're even carrying an adult, that is reckless driving. It's very reckless.
Yes. Right. Thank you so much. Chukwemeka Madeline, what do you have to say about that?
Well, for me, this is unwarranted, and I will blame it on poor conduct of the police officer. Okay, if the police officer was properly trained on crowd and suspect management, what happened wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's high time police authorities started training police officers.
Not just the police.
Not just the police, okay?
All the armed personnel.
All armed personnel, security agencies. On arms management. So, what happened has happened. A life has been lost, okay? All government should do is to provide psychological support and financial assistance to the family of the victim. Whatever the boy would have done for his parents if he had lived, okay, to make it in life, federal government should do it, or your state government should do it for them. Okay, that is one of the ways to console them. But the police officer who did this must be fished out. Okay, they must fish him out and prosecute him. to serve as a deterrent.
And Lance, the AIG has ABIG.
Yes. IGP, the Federal Police, they have ordered
investigation
into the matter. Yeah, I know they are on top of it. They are working on that. So we know that. Let's hope that they will do the right thing. They will do the right thing. So others who are doing this should retrace their steps. Okay, life is sacred. You should value life. I'm going to drive against traffic. Okay, the treat it in a civilized,
like that,
civilized manner. Okay, if you shoot, you could aim wrongly. You could get innocent soul down, and that was what happened to this young boy. He was just going to take his WAEC exam. It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking.
Very.
It's really heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So I commiserate with the family and take them to bear the loss.
Yes.
Just that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, because if actually the father was driving against the traffic, fine, he would have been the haunted. But now the haunted has become the hunter.
and traffic
yes.
Does it warrant shooting?
There are punishment for traffic. Does it warrant shooting?
Yes.
Is it a kidnapper you're chasing? A be a thief? That doesn't make sense. Is that thing we are saying that you keep releasing your firearms indiscriminately without no training, no control?
Some were arguing that it was actually the way he was driving that now attracted the attention of the security personnel. That's probably he was a kidnapper. He was carrying a victim or something. The way he was swerving and But then those were things to justify their actions, I believe. Izuna.
I think these people, in fact, almost every day, one bad story, not even one, multiple bad stories must trend in Nigeria. And there has never been a day you go throughout the entire internet without seeing any of these bad stories being attributed to maybe security agency. At least one. No pay can pay. One bad story. And to me, why this? Because I don't think there will be insecurity in Northeast and as the nature of Monday kidnapper. We are there not before somebody will be given gun. I believe the person must have been told the purpose of that gun. This is abuse of gun. It's totally abuse of gun. So I don't see why you just fire at will. Anytime you feel like you release bullets because you have bullets meanwhile in the forest and other places, the kidnappers and people are mesmerized, chasing away, even chasing the same police people, and you now see innocent person that is unarmed. You are just opening. What my actual intention is, was he not even thinking that even before he fired that gun? Was he not even thinking that one of the bullets could go maybe astray to the point of maybe hitting anybody inside the. Just like the one that happened at Neu, you because you carry convoy, you're moving with convoy, and then there is traffic. Why not come down as a security personnel and then help to control the traffic? Because you are now moving with convoy, you open up your gun and start shooting recklessly, and because in the process, a woman that was just on her own, you just terminated her life. And one thing why I see this thing keeps happening is because one of the reasons is because these people, apart from training, the people that are usually responsible for this are not usually brought to book.
Yes.
To me, this is a murder. Whether you call it accidental discharge or whatever, it's a murder. You shouldn't be trigger-happy police or personnel because you are giving gun. If the people are treated as murderers, I don't think this will be repeated over time. If you are a murder, if life imprisonment is what you deserve, you should be sentenced to life imprisonment to serve as deterrent to others. Because that of Neuna, what have you heard about it again? Nothing. And the police or maybe whatever agency that was involved, after issuing press release, showing you a video of the guy or picture of the guy in custody or being in court, thereafter what happens again? Because not all these investigation, they don't end. None of them has eventually maybe been concluded, and then the people will now come back and tell you concerning that officer who shot so person. This is where the investigation has ended, and this is what had been meted out to the person. So they don't end. As soon as, before you know it now, everything will just be silenced like that. Before you make another reference to it is when something of this nature happens again. They're just like this name we own now. You will now start making reference to that old one again. So it's because people who do it go freely. And that's even one of the things that pain these people more, because you have terminated my person's life, and eventually you are moving freely at will, and before you know it, another person will just commit another one. So I think these people should always be brought to book, because without that, it will keep happening. And then if you are not, even what's it called? There should be appropriate means of security, mounting security check. If you want, even the officers wanted to stop this man at this particular. You have checkpoints along the road most times. You want to stop him there, or you
call your people. Call your people ahead.
They will block the just give the description of the car. They will wait for the person. Once he or she comes, they will mount road block and stop him, and then find out whatever. Not shooting gun, just because we are giving gun.
Okay,
so
right.
It shouldn't be so.
Oh, thank
and
you.
Then when police when I can't, my governor when I can't, I want on the boban. When I can't, I will say,
one of the conditions if you when no account before well over. One of the requirements.
So see me do with catapult. Any catapult. They say, "Oh, but I would." Man, when I can't, be I want to
Okay, right. Thank you very much. Then, federal government to auction 753 duplexes seized from an individual in Nigeria, one of the citizens. When we come back, we give you the details on that.
Hello. 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. every Thursday. Join ABS as we look at the biggest stories of the week. Journalists Lounge, as the journalists get to air their minds on critical issues.
You're welcome back. We're told that the EFCC has successfully secured a court order last Monday for control of a massive estate comprising 753 duplexes owned by former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. And I guess since the establishment of EFCC in 2002, I guess this is the Commission's single largest recovery from 1%. Man. This is mind-blowing. 753 duplexes belonging to one man. And this is just one of his assets, one of his properties. You know, this is sad. So how can we explain this, please? Where do we start?
Can we explain it?
I don't know.
How we will explain it?
You will explain.
We will explain tire. 753.
One person.
One person.
And that is not the only asset.
It's not the only asset he has, though. This is just
God,
one
of
of them.
It's only just about building alone.
You
can't count your cars when you go to his car.
Father Lord.
It's terrible.
This
terrible
is
something.
This is terrible. So where do we start now?
In a country where the poverty rate is at a very, 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 very high
Alarming rate, yes.
And we are talking about that is why other countries never take us serious. And when we come there, they tend to look at us under a microscopic lens because they don't trust us. It's because of this stealing. Because sometimes all these things they steal, they go abroad and they store it there. And when you, a normal person, comes there, they will not be looking at you with the same eye that are using to, because the kind of money they drop there, the people in those countries don't even have it.
That's why Trump is doing what he's doing to us.
Not even tell
that we don't need it, but we have money.
You can pay for gold card for how many $1 million if you want to be an American citizen, because he knows that certain individuals will afford to pay for that gold card. But how many Americans can even pay for that gold card? Imagine just one bus tour. Are we even talking about during the Zia and Allison zone? We are talking about how, just the kind of impunity politicians and government officials use to steal money. You wonder if they are actually humans at all, because there are a lot of people around them that are very, very poor, that are suffering, and these people have the mind to be stealing this type of money. And the other time, he has time to be building duplexes and all every time, and he was one that caused naira scarcity. The other time, like
during the election,
like I saw the news, I'm like,
hey,
just one asset though.
One asset.
We've not talked about
One
the other
estate.
assets that they've not declared. This is
estate.
just one. 753 duplexes. How a human being built it. It's just I hope it's not going to be like other stories. We are just
That is
hearing
the
it.
worrisome
At the end of
part
the
of
day,
it.
you will not hear anything. You will not hear the results. What happened to
Exactly.
him? Was he held accountable? What happened? Did he go to jail? Did you recover all the assets? We're just hearing this one is making headlines now. Everybody's shouting. But very soon you will not hear the outcome. And that's the crazy thing. We keep hearing this person stole, this person stole, but we do not hear the judgment. So at the end of the day, what happens to these culprits? That is
and when they seize these assets,
what do they do with it? They said they want to auction this.
yes,
Auction it
auction to
who?
who will buy, and after auctioning, when the proceeds from the auction,
Where does it
it
go
go to? That's the thing.
We are not ready. We are not asking the hard questions because we are not ready for the answers that we'll get, and that is the reason why we're not even asking the hard questions. It's crazy, really. I think
Okay,
it's crazy.
right.
obodo aghasago ka
ọ dịgo ka ọ ga-adị.
obodo aghasago eziokwu na kee ka mmadụ ga-esi na-ekwu na ofu onye o
Hey,
ka a nọgidere nnọọ nwee ụlọ ole ka ihe ebi na-ebi ka ọ gbasa 6 feet ka onye ahụ
It's business now.
no matter how large you are in this life, no matter how tall you are, the depth of your grave will not exceed 6 feet. Agafe asị ya kpochilata ya ka ọ bụrụkwa 6 feet. Meanwhile, when you are in the world, you are just amassing wealth. And the worst part of it is that people who those resources are meant for are dying of hunger.
Very crazy.
Dying of, though these ones, because I learned he got majority of the money through maybe kickbacks from investors or people who are seeking
however,
for forex exchange. Because maybe when people come to buy a naira, or maybe when he awards contract, he now add his own, then you give him his own share. And you are building, you built 1, 2, 3, 4. It wasn't
generations
and you
yet
till 753. So even
are you sure these people calculated very well? It may be up to 1,000.
And I wonder why they even had to wait, because it's because they don't shape some of these things on time, and even our national assemblies, to me, they are not even doing the necessary things. Because this guy, he served as CBN governor almost 10 years, and that was why he was able to amass all the wealth he was able to, and eventually governments keep reappointing him. He served after serving with Jonathan Buhari, also he served out Buhari's tenure. Tinubu also, until eventually when Tinubu now. So all this period he was there, he was doing all those things. Does it mean there was nobody monitoring or auditing the activities of the CBN? And he was able to do all those things for successful 10
years,
almost a decade. And my major concern is government, instead of auctioning out these things to the highest bidder, because I know that's the next thing. Last year, how many billions we are recovered from him? Where is the money now? Can you see the impact? So instead of auctioning out these things and then maybe the money, nobody will even feel its impact again. I suggest they rather maybe use it to maybe just establish a low-income housing system for the residents of Abuja. Because if you want to do
civil servants,
even civil servants, let it be a subsidized house, because there's serious house scarcity across major cities like Abuja, Lagos, and the rest. So instead of auctioning out these things, they should just convert it to a low housing scheme for civil servants and the other. At least by that time, Nigerians themselves, who are actually the true owners of that wealth, we have the feelings or feel the impact of that recovery, which was also their wealth. Because if you auction it out now, you are just dishing it out to the hands of the highest bidders. So I think instead of doing that, one of the ways it will have more impact on the Nigerian populace is maybe, even if it's civil servants or other people, make it an affordable housing complex or estate for them, at least, instead of maybe, and eventually nobody will see the money again. because as they are telling us that this money was looted, this and that was recovered, eventually, just like Madam Priska asked, where is the money now going? You won't still see it again. So give us the one we will see. At least, than selling it out to people, and eventually the money will still not be.
It will not get to the masses.
So I don't support auctioning it out.
Okay.
Yes, I align with Izuna. Government should not auction it out because there are people who need them. Okay.
Many people sleep under the bridge.
Many people sleep under the bridge. Many Nigerians are homeless, and one man is having 753 houses. Osonye, just because he served his country within 8 years.
Houses. Face me, I face you.
Not even face me, I face you.
Walk one room apartment. Dupe.
So one man, only one man. Okay, in a country where citizens find it very difficult to feed 3 times a day. There are many retirees who are still begging government to give them their pensions. And one person, so you see, this is one of the reasons why many politicians always aspire to occupy public office because you are
mass wealth.
You are mass wealth. Your life will change automatically. Okay, your children, you will never be poor again. And at the end of the day, whatever you looted from that office, you will go away with it. Even when EFCC arrests you for embezzling public funds, the matter will still be swept under the carpet. The person will not be prosecuted. That is why you see crime keep rising on daily basis in this country. So what Emefiele did is highly condemnable. These people are not role models. They are not serving as role models to use. I failed you to now say, I want to be like this leader. I want to be like this man. I want to be like that woman. Okay, where are the role models? They are no longer there. So it's highly condemnable. And it's not about just recovering these duplexes from Emefiele. Government should prosecute him. Okay, I know that court is treating this matter, but it should not just go the way others ended.
And every day we see him with his King James version. Carry it out.
He has learned how to pray. He now prays before he goes to court. Before so a lot of there are many Emefieles in this country. It's just that this man is unfortunate. He's not in the good books of the federal government. That was why he was caught. So when these believers they know themselves. Okay, so when we begin to do the right thing, this country will move forward. We can never get it right by treating other corrupt Nigerians as sacred cows. But when it happens to a commoner, it will be treated in accordance with the law. With this. So government has the federal government has done well by even recovering this from him. But they should also tell us where these recoveries will be channeled to. Abacha's loot that was stashed in foreign account. We were told during Buhari's administration that they recovered some of them. But why is there any place where use the money? I'm not able to till today. So this should not keep happening. So now let's God be in Emefiele face his music, so that will serve as a deterrent to others.
Yeah.
Emefiele,
anyhow. Hey, this is bad. This is worrisome. Oh, yes. Well, we thank God. Let's keep hope alive that somehow it will be better. Tomorrow will be greater. Yes, now let's go over to insecurity in the country, combating insecurity in Nigeria. Now, we were told that President Tinubu has approved more air assets to tackle insurgency and has ordered military to intensify counter-terrorism operations in Northeast, Northwest. And we know that this approval from the president for more air assets, it's coming amidst escalating insecurity in these areas. I don't know what we're going to do because this thing has really persisted. For more than 15 years, we've been hearing this insecurity here and there in the Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, and others. Now, let me come to you, Chukwuemeka Modelim. Do you think this is a sustainable solution, this approval of air strikes, assets, by the president? Do you think is a sustainable solution to this insurgency, this insecurity, or could it just be a short-term measure? What do you think?
For me, it's not a sustainable solution. This is not the first time federal government has approved procurement of more arms for the military, okay, to deal with insurgency in the northern part of Nigeria. Government should do more than this. Mm-hmm. This thing has been a thorn in our flesh. Many communities in Benue and Borno states have been deserted by the occupants because of insecurity. And foreign investments, no longer come to Nigeria because our country is not safe for that. Investment safe. Yeah, this is one of the disadvantages of insecurity. But these people have feelers. Okay, they work with people, yes. And those people they are working with, government should fish out those people, okay, and deal with them. When those people are arrested, okay, and punished in accordance with the law, this will stop. That's the only way to deal with this insecurity. We are not play politics with it. If security chiefs have more, arms to deal with insecurity, it's good. It's highly commendable. But if the root cause is not tackled by the government, it will keep happening. MSC and Ketata, they will also go back. The bandits will go back to their drawing board and strategize on how to, defeat our soldiers. I know came in on Borno State. How they invaded
army
base and killed some soldiers. They acted with information. Somebody, told them how to do it, and they did it, and it worked for them. So it's about fishing out those people that are sponsoring this.
Yes.
They have sponsors. The sponsors they should not be seen as untouchable. They should be arrested because they are killing lives. Their action is causing damage to this country, and the government should not just keep quiet and watch this continue to happen. All of us should also help in that regard. But those people being affected by this security in the north should always provide information to security agencies in their locality.
Yeah.
If Boko Haram, you keep quiet. And when he kills somebody, you begin to cry, you begin to shout. When you were supposed to do something, you did not do that. Okay, because when you provide information, security information to security agencies, they will rise to the occasion, and the society will be safe for all. So it's about a collective responsibility, one, and government being sincere about this. If the security agencies are compromised in this regard, kick them out of office and get people who can do the job. That is just that.
It's all right. Thank you very much. Izuna, we figure why on this. There's
I am aware that Nigeria as a country has good and a very, very sophisticated weapon, even somewhat much more than these Boko Haram insurgents. So, but still, I wonder why they have not been able to defeat them over the years. And even the Chibok girls up till now that we are kidnapped, is it not more than how many years now? Still, majority of them have still not returned. If they return, I wonder if their parents will still know who they are safe. So, and yet, there were weapons then. After their abduction, there were still weapons. Up till now, there is still enough weapons. So, it's not even about this. I don't think if I use also weapon, just like he said.
Yeah.
The ones we have, how are they even being deployed? Are you getting it? For this thing nearly an equal, like if money more here. He said additional this thing showing that there were much already on ground. There were some already on ground. How have those ones on ground been deployed, and what impact have those ones made? So it's not even about giving them new. You tackle this thing strategically. Governor Zulum said that some government officials and even security personnel are giving these bandits and Boko Haram information.
See that.
Why not fish out these people?
Yes.
Because just like you bought as they have bought new aircraft now, if the aircraft wants to take off, and the people who are supplying these people with information still supplies them still give them the information to, they may even shoot down the new aircraft. So you should tackle this thing from the root cause of it. Find out, and even those who have been arrested, how far have this thing gone? Because even some who were arrested, nobody even know where they have been up till now. And you see these people flaunting their faith, doing all these things. So I think there is a need for more strategic approach to this than just weapon. And even if you buy this weapon, you didn't even need to announce it. Why announcing it? This should be a secret. When Boko Haram people, when they do their own, how do they even? Because as we are saying it now, just like he said, they will still be strategizing. Yeah. They will know that not be able to change. They will still tell their sponsors. So you don't need to flaunt these things and start showing off. Because you are just showing. So you shouldn't be doing that. You go to AK-47, go one eagle. These are security things. So you should handle it maturely and strategically, not by show off.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. For want of time, let's move over now to just a little politics. Now we have a report that the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, former Governor of Anambra State Mr. Peter Obi, and former Governor of Kaduna State Nasir El-Rufai, they have adopted the ADC, that's African Democratic Congress. ADC. They have adopted that as the opposition coalition and a platform for the 2027 presidential election. Then, in a related development, the Minister of Works, Engineer Dave Umahi, has told us that all Southeast governors have decided to support the re-election of President Tinubu in 2027. Putting this side by side, what can we make of this? Do we really think this is, is Umahi speaking the minds of Southeast governors, or he was just speaking his mind, or just thinking out loud? I don't know. What do you think about this and this coalition platform? Priska?
Well, I cannot say what is going on in the minister's mind, that is Steve Umahi. He might be speaking for them, but we'll never know. I guess it's when the Southeast governors come out to say. But personally, I think based on how things are going, the only thing I'm sure of is that definitely the Southeast governors are supporting the government of President Tinubu. That is the one I can say. But now, as to the other one, which is supporting his second term bid, I guess for me, I would say time will tell. But the one that I know for certain is that they are definitely supporting his government and his policies for now, based on the relationship they have with him. And all those things are saying coalition. Are we trying to make Nigeria a one-party state, a one-party country, a one-party state? Because I think there is the reason why there is always an opposition, to make the ruling party sit up. Because if they know that they have a challenger, I think they will say no. But when you now concentrate power in the hands of one party, it means that they will be doing whatever they like because they are in charge. They are the Lord, they are the master, they are everything. So I don't know if it's what Nigeria is gradually.
They want to challenge APC.
Okay, this party wants to.
ADC
wants to challenge
now,
APC
as the opposition.
Is it not saying different things? You're on one hand, you're saying that they're supporting the government. On the other hand, you're still saying that they want to challenge the government as well, which I think it's a conflicting statement for me, because these governments, well, I could say for the states, particularly the president, we all know that the president came here on the 8th of May to commission some projects, and he made some statements about how Anambra is doing well. He appointed Mark Okoye in the Southeast Development Commission, the head. So it means to a large extent the president is supporting the policies of the Southeast governors. So if there has to be a challenge, I guess the next election will show what will happen eventually.
Okay, right. Thank you. Chukwamaka, what's your take on that? The coalition, the opposition coalition, what Omahi said and everything.
Well, we lack a strong opposition in Nigeria.
Presently.
Yeah. That is just the truth. PDP has failed, to be a true opposition to the ruling party. And these people, Mr. Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, former vice president of Nigeria, Alaya Tikabaka, and former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasser El-Rufai, saw that gap and decided to come together. Okay.
Just like APC did.
Just like APC did in 2015.
APP, yes.
And these men are movers and shakers of this country. They can move mountain. We know the antecedent. Okay. Former Governor Peter Obi has a track record of wonderful performance as a governor in Anambra State. Okay. Nasser El-Rufai did well as Minister of FCT, even as a governor of Kaduna State. Okay. So, but my worry is who will be their presidential candidate, because I know they are working towards 2027. I work to 2027. Who will be their presidential candidate? Okay, who will step down for the other? Because at that point they always have this disagreement.
Yes.
Okay. If the opposition is really in the best interest of Nigeria, for the welfare, for the benefit of Nigerians, okay, they should choose the right person. Okay, irrespective of the tribe where the person comes from. If it's Peter, support Peter. Okay, let Peter go and do the needful. If it's El-Rufai should be there. Let it not be something that will scatter, destabilize them at that point. We know that the truth is that APC has not really done well. APC has not really done well. So we need a change at the federal level. Yes, and in the Southeast, they have done something for us by giving us Southeast Development Commission, Minister of Foreign Affairs for State, and all that. But nationally, they have failed. Nigerians need a change at the national level. Okay, the common man should breathe. The common man wants to be comfortable in Nigeria. Any policy government makes that does not impact positively on the common man, it's nonsense. And that is why we need a change at the center. Thank you.
Change at the center. On that note, I think we have to call it a day on this week's edition of Journalist Lounge. Do join us same time next week for another interesting edition. From me, Judy Jeff Mwabeze, the anchor, and from all of us, it's goodbye for now. We'll see you next week. Bye.